So last February, I had the opportunity to join about 20 regional educators for a trip to the Kansas City area. Unlike a couple of you that I know showed up casual and are traveling to the Kansas City area for a basketball tournament following this lunch. There they are. Our purpose was to learn more about the Northland Center for Advanced Professional Studies. We call it Northland CAPS. It's a cutting-edge education model that provides high school students in the Northland, Kansas City area with a professional, innovative, and entrepreneurial education through full immersion in high-demand, high-skill careers. It's modeled around the jobs most needed in that regional economy. Learning at Northland CAPS is real-time, real-world, and hands-on. Emphasis is placed on developing not just technical, but the professional skills like communication and collaboration. These are the skills that you employers deem highly important to individual success. Northland CAPS is an example of how private industry and the public education system can partner to produce personalized learning experiences that educate tomorrow's workforce. There's two reasons that we invited the executive director of the program to join us today. First is related to workforce. During our trip, one quote that has really stuck in my mind is this: "When companies are looking at our region, we emphasize Northland CAPS. Prospective businesses are oftentimes more interested in seeing firsthand how we are equipping their future workforce versus learning about any local incentives or land options that might exist in our area." To me, that was a pretty powerful statement. Hundreds of companies partner with 7 school districts to make this program happen. Now, we know that similar efforts exist here in Iowa. We know components of Iowa Big, based here in Cedar Rapids. Waukee has a similar program. It's called Waukee Apex. There are different models that seek to achieve many of these same partnerships. But today we're looking at the Northland area because the business community has really embraced the idea that education is more than just writing a check. Here in Iowa, as education funding continues to be a political hot potato, it is time for all of us to really understand the roles that we can play in preparing that next generation of talent. Sandy Henshaw is the executive director of Northland CAPS. She's worked in education for more than 25 years in a variety of roles, including a classroom teacher, guidance counselor, and administrator. She spent the majority of her career working with secondary students, most recently as assistant principal at Smithville High School and director of the Smithville Individual Learning Center. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our keynote speaker, Sandy Henshaw.
Good afternoon. I want to say a big thank you to Nick and Nancy for having us here. We're very excited about being able to talk to you a little bit about what Northland CAPS is. I am very passionate about this program and what we do. My background is education, like Nick said. I come from that world. That's what I know. And so when I had the opportunity to come to Northland CAPS and be the champion for this program, I was very excited because it's a really great program. I have been a classroom teacher. I've been an assistant principal. I was the director for an alternative school, and now that I have the opportunity to be the director for Northland CAPS. And I have seen firsthand the need to revamp what we do as educators and how we approach education for our students. This desire for change is what brought me to this program and to Northland CAPS. So, what is Northland CAPS? Well, Northland CAPS is an educational program for juniors and seniors. We currently are finishing up our 3rd year of the program. We are located just north of Kansas City in Missouri, and we work with 7 different school districts. The main premise behind our program, and we are not a school, we're a program that work with these individual schools, is to immerse students in business. Our classrooms are in business. Our administrative offices are in business, and we fully immerse students in business when they go out into their internships. Students are fully immersed. They work side by side with employees at the site. They're gaining professional skills necessary to work in the workforce. For the business, this provides the opportunity to showcase what you do. We are free advertisement for you. We include the businesses that we work with in all of our publications. We also provide businesses the opportunity then to see the potential for the emerging workforce. This is just a real quick video that has some of our instructors talking about the program.
CAPS is the Center for Advanced Professional Studies. Business meets education.
Northland CAPS is a program for high school juniors and seniors who, especially in this strand, want to learn more about what medicine and healthcare really is like.
It gives the students a chance to try careers out so they can have a direction for their future, because they get real hands-on experience here in Northland CAPS.
It's a new way to look at education. It's a jump start over high school into the workforce, jump start over college even. It lets the student get a taste of what their future occupation will be with.
My favorite thing, especially this semester, is the students coming back and telling me about all of their experiences. So when they are in an OR, they're in the hospital, they're interacting with patients, and they come in and their eyes light up and they just can't wait to say, oh my gosh, you're never going to believe what happened to me, and it's an experience they've never had before.
I love the fact that everything we did in the program and everything we do in the program is driven by issues that are occurring now. They're real time, they're provided by business partners. They give the students more of an understanding that what they do, no matter how minimalist it might seem, has a purpose.
The biggest growth in them is the process of becoming a business person, in dress, in speech, and in actions.
How comfortable they are speaking in front of not just their peers, but also business professionals and other adults. Their public speaking skills especially have really developed, and they're a lot more comfortable with that.
They get to learn how to speak to adults, learn how to present material, learn how to work in teams, learn how to problem solve.
I enjoy helping the kids grow professionally. They get a lot of opportunity to develop business skills and technical skills at an unbelievably fast pace. And I'll tell you, I love these kids. It gives me great joy to see them succeed.
Okay, so pretty intriguing, right? So what exactly do we do? How does all this work? Well, our first semester is our curriculum. So as part of that curriculum, we work on soft skills that will benefit any employee in any field. Students learn a 30-second elevator speech. They learn how to be professional. Our business partners then provide projects that our students work on in the classroom. And the instructors then facilitate that learning. The instructors also provide instruction on content that is applied while they're working on those projects. So what students learn can be different every year depending on what projects the business bring to the classroom. So what would determine a project? What is a project that a business could bring that students could do? Well, typically our projects are those that are not things that your business needs done right now, but things that you'd like to see get done, but you don't have the workforce to do it. You don't have the employees that can get it done for you right at that time. So you can bring that to our students and they'll work through it. An example might be you want to change your website. So you come to us and you say, our website needs to be updated and we need some things done with that. So our students will work together, put together some ideas, possibly 3 or 4 different opportunities. They bring it back to you. You determine whether or not that's going to work for you. If you like it, great. If you don't, you say, it's not what I want. You send it back to the kids. They keep working on it. So that could be an example of a project. Or maybe you just need more social media presence, and so you tell the kids, these are the parameters, and this is what we want you to do. And those are just a few examples of some things that you could do for projects for the students. So what do we teach actually then? Well, it's determined by our particular location, and we really focus on economic development. So our strands then were determined by our economic development committees, Chamber of Commerce members, and we really focused on what our specific area needed, really focusing on that economic development. And so through these meetings, we came all together. We decided it was important to really look at a qualified workforce for economic development. It was decided that our community needed to see, in order for this to work, we needed to make sure that everyone understood the potential for an emerging workforce, from within our school system to encourage our young people to want to stay in our communities and not move to other metro areas. We wanted to reduce the dependence on recruiting from outside our community to attract a workforce in this area. So after looking at these things, we decided on the following strands. And these are our courses. We call them strands. So we developed 6 different courses or 6 different strands that were local to our community. The first one's the engineering and advanced manufacturing. This particular strand is located at Holland 1916, which is an advanced manufacturing company, and our classroom is actually located in their building. Next one was global business and entrepreneurship. Again, located in a business, it's a Bank Liberty, which is a local business that we have in the Northland. Global logistics and transportation. This particular strand is in an office building out by KCI Airport. Medicine and healthcare, we actually have 3 locations for that particular strand because we have so many students. So we have one at a small community hospital, which is Liberty Hospital, and then we have a classroom at North Kansas City Hospital, which is a larger community hospital, and then one classroom at a clinic, which is the imaging center. We also have technology solutions, which is like computer science, and that's located at Cerner Corporation, and also our digital media and design is located at Cerner Corporation. So after we decided on the strands, what are we going to do? Well, what are we going to teach in these strands? These are things we need in our community, so what are we going to do in the classrooms? Well, we first needed to find business partners within each of these areas. Who could we partner with? And the business partners that we wanted to partner with needed to have some specific things that they were looking for. So they needed to be able to see the long-term benefits of a program like this, and that they would be willing to assist a program like Northland CAPS. We needed businesses willing to create short-term opportunities for our students, maybe projects, internships, externships. We needed businesses that were willing to commit time to managers and associates to support and help guide the students. And then we need businesses that could provide direction and what we covered in our classes, necessary skills to be successful within that particular strand. And so our curriculum then is completely industry driven. So we focus on the soft skills, professional skills, critical thinking, being able to work in teams and independently. Our business partners drive the curriculum, what we teach every day. We're not your traditional classroom. We're not sit and get. Our students are fully immersed in the business setting. Our students receive high school credit, and they also have the opportunity, if they so choose, to receive college credit. We are a half-day program, so students can either work with us in the morning for 2.5 hours or the afternoon for 2.5 hours. We are currently working with over 400 businesses for our program within our community. All of them are providing us with something that a traditional classroom just really cannot replicate. Some of the business that we work with are listed here. As you can see, we work with some big name companies as well as some startup companies. We need them all to make our program work. Not every business provides the same opportunities. Not every business can. But every business we work with is essential to the everyday happenings within our program. So the next component of our program after curriculum is full immersion into the business world. After first semester, with projects and curriculum, we send students out into internships for second semester. This is what some of our students are saying about their internships.
CAPS is the Center for Advanced Professional Studies, and it's a program for high school juniors and seniors that are interested in business, technology, medicine, or engineering. They can go and get hands-on professional experience.
CAPS is a really good opportunity to take a step out of the school world and a step more into the work world.
CAPS is a program where students can learn outside of school, where they can apply what they have learned directly to the business world, directly, and see how things affect not only them but everyone else.
Basically, we have projects aligned with actual companies, and we work through those while getting instruction So we get to interact with like real world situations with like real people, adults that we wouldn't normally be interacting with. It's sort of a unique experience.
I definitely think that this is a very great program. If you haven't been following the news recently, there was a huge grant that came from the governor and the state of Missouri. But overall, the program it's definitely done great things for me as far as showing me what I want to do and giving me the opportunity to explore new things.
I love it. I would have never gotten this stuff out of high school. I was just going through the motions there. Here, I'm learning hands-on. I enjoy coming here.
I think that it's a great opportunity for anyone that wants to have a job in any of these fields.
I wanted to go more in depth, and I wanted to get better experience in the business world with engineering. And that's this. That is where I am.
I've definitely gotten a lot out of this program. I've gotten the opportunity to work with a lot of people from different school districts and to work with companies and really see exactly what I want to do when I get older.
It's really unique. I never have had an experience like this. I've never interacted with business owners as much as I do, and networking, things like that. I've learned a lot of things that I would have never learned in the high school.
Recently got introduced to a project a couple days ago where I'm going to be teaching hands-only CPR at high schools.
I've gotten to go to 1 Million Cup events and network, and I've gotten to work on projects from the local community.
I've gotten to meet different business owners and see how their business runs. We've worked on a project for Clay County Economic Development Council, and we did cold calling, and that's a skill I can't say many other high schoolers have. So that's really been a big thing for us here.
Last year, I had an internship with Lumen Touch through NCAPS. I was also eligible for an NC WIT Award, which is the National Center for Women in Technology. I got the local award with the Western Missouri and Kansas Affiliate Award. And then I got it again this year. I was also eligible for a Cerner internship, which I got over the summer.
Last semester, I worked with St. Luke's to try to better market a sudden cardiac arrest screening. And this semester so far, I'm in an internship at Liberty Hospital.
I've worked with a couple of engineering companies so far already, and right now I'm in an internship with TK Architecture, and hopefully that'll lead to something after college or even an internship during college.
CAPS has taught me that a lot of different professional skills, and that I actually want to go to Northwest Missouri and graduate with a major in interactive digital media with an emphasis in computer science.
I have gotten opportunities to work with these guys. I've got opportunities to take it upon myself to learn. I'm not always pushed by a teacher. I'm pushed by myself. I'm not forced to learn. And that's why I like this program.
Okay, so second semester, our students are fully immersed in internships. They spend 4 days at their internship site, and then they report back on Fridays to their instructor to report out about what they've been doing, maybe learn additional information, have a guest speaker, or ask questions. So why internships? Why do we do that? Well, according to The Atlantic from August of 2014, the top criteria that employers look for when hiring recent graduates is whether they have had an internship or not. According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, students with internships have more opportunity to get a job after they graduate and to make more money. So second semester, we provide our students with internships. At the end of first semester, we have the businesses interview the students, and they select who they want. We do not assign the student to the business. They determine the scope of the internship, and the business works with our instructors to monitor the student. Students report back to class on Fridays then to share out what their experiences have been. So how does this affect you, the business? Okay, well, working with your local schools is not just about donating money, although I'm sure they would take your money if you wanted to give them some. But there are many ways to partner with education that doesn't involve writing a check. These next couple of slides are going to show you how we partner with our businesses and how they work with us. Lumen Touch is a technology company in our area, and they work solely with us by providing projects for our students to work on first semester in the classroom. And as you can see from this spider web, that they really don't provide us any monetary assistance. They just provide us with client projects. So they don't do guest speakers, we don't have any students that are, or classrooms that are housed in their facility, anything like that. But they're a vital part to our program. Liberty Hospital, they do a few other things. They don't provide any monetary assistance, they give us no money. However, one of our classrooms is located at Liberty Hospital. The students are there every day, first semester. Liberty Hospital will provide us with guest speakers. They really help drive our curriculum for that particular strand. And they let us use some of their equipment, provide us with professional development. So they have a different way that they work with us or partner with us. Bank Liberty, another business that does not provide any monetary assistance to our program. However, one of our classrooms is located at a Bank Liberty. Our administrative offices are located at a Bank Liberty. They provide guest speakers and instruction. They influence our curriculum greatly. They don't provide us with any client projects. However, they will let us use their equipment and supplies. North Kansas City Hospital, another business that we work with. No monetary assistance. They provide us with no money. However, we do have a classroom at their facility. They provide internships for our students. They help influence our curriculum. They provide us with professional development. So they're an integral part of our program as well. Holland 1916, another company that is very embedded into our program. No money crosses hands here, but they let us have one of our classrooms at their facility. They provide speakers. They help with projects. They let our students internship in their business. Cerner Corporation is different. They do provide us with some monetary assistance. It's a bigger corporation in the Kansas City area. We have 2 classrooms at their facilities. They let us use their equipment and supplies. They provide internship. They help monitor the students. However, they don't really provide us any projects first semester for the students to work on. Ford Company in Kansas City area. They work with us a little bit different in that they provide some monetary assistance. We don't have any students in a classroom there. They do provide speakers. They influence our curriculum. They help us with professional development. So what you have to remember, there's lots of ways to partner with a program like Northland CAPS. And if you wanted to develop your own Center for Advanced Professional Studies, or CAPS, it's not all about money. There are multiple ways for businesses to take part in a CAPS program. But it will take some very forward-thinking individuals to make it happen. First, you're going to have students that are willing to deviate from their traditional high school track. You will have to have parents who are open to a non-traditional career exploration. Counselors at the high schools who are interested in learning more about career opportunities in your area. Teachers who are willing and interested in learning more about the real world outside of the educational system. And then businesses like you guys who understand the importance of a qualified workforce for economic development and are willing to devote some time to assist a program like CAPS. Thank you for your time today. It has been a pleasure to talk to you about our program and be able to provide you with some ideas as to ways maybe you might be able to start a program like CAPS in your community. Thank you.